Welcome to back my YouTube channel, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today as we dive into one of the most fascinating and exciting topics in the world of rare coins and hidden treasures, a story that sparks the imagination of collectors, investors, historians, and even everyday people who may not even realize that the humble change sitting in their pockets or jars could hold unimaginable value. Because today we are going to talk about the incredible and almost unbelievable case of the 2021 cent coin that has shocked the numismatic community and beyond by reaching a staggering worth of $3 million due to its rare and unusual errors and mistakes during the minting process, making it one of the most valuable modern coins ever to exist. And what makes this story so compelling is not only the rarity of the coin itself but also the possibilities, theories, and fascinating circumstances that contribute to its extraordinary value. So let us embark on this deep and engaging exploration where we break down what makes the 2021 cent such a jaw-dropping discovery, how it gains such astronomical worth, and why errors and mistakes in coin minting create such an irresistible allure for collectors and treasure hunters alike. Because at first glance, a 1-cent coin from 2020 should be nothing more than a small copper-plated zinc piece with the familiar Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the Union shield on the reverse, mass-produced in the billions and essentially worth no more than its face value. But what sets this extraordinary coin apart is the presence of critical minting errors that transformed it from an ordinary penny into a world-class rarity, starting with dramatic striking mistakes that can include double dies where the design elements are duplicated in ghost-like fashion giving Lincoln's portrait, his eye, or inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," a shadowy doubled appearance, and such double die errors are among the most famous and sought-after mistakes in the world of coins because they provide clear visible evidence of something gone wrong in the die creation process, and in the case of the 2020 penny, a spectacular double die obverse has been confirmed by experts where Lincoln's features appear strongly doubled especially around the eyes and nose, while the inscriptions display a remarkable and unmistakable shift, instantly raising its value into the tens of thousands of dollars. But that is only the beginning of what makes this coin so extraordinary, because additional errors compound the rarity, such as dramatic off-center strikes where the design is stamped far away from its proper position leaving blank crescent-shaped areas of the planchet exposed, and some 2020 error cents have shown off-center strikes of up to 70% combined with clear visibility of the date, which is critical for collector desirability. And when you add to that the possibility of broad strike errors where the coin is struck without a collar and spreads out unnaturally giving it a wide, flat appearance, or partial collar strikes which leave a distinctive, railroad rim appearance around the edges, suddenly we are looking at a coin that is not only misstruck but also carrying multiple layers of minting chaos, making it immensely desirable. And beyond striking errors we must consider planchet mistakes, which are some of the most intriguing and valuable in the world of numismatics, such as instances where a coin is struck on the wrong planchet intended for a dime, nickel, or foreign coin, leading to wrong metal 2020 cents that weigh differently and look visually distinct, and these rare planchet errors command immense premiums at auctions, sometimes well into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And when you imagine a 2020 cent struck on a leftover experimental planchet or even a transitional error where it carries metal composition not intended for that year, the value skyrockets because these coins are essentially unique accidents that should never have existed. And in the case of the 2020 cent valued at $3 million, numismatic experts have speculated that a perfect storm of errors occurred, where not only was the coin struck with a double die but also misaligned dies leading to a partial blockage where another coin was pressed into its surface creating a mirror-like impression of one coin on another, combined with dramatic off-center placement and an unusual planchet that may not match standard specifications. And when multiple such dramatic errors coexist on a single coin, its rarity transcends ordinary error collecting and enters the realm of numismatic legends, and collectors begin to see it as a once-in-a-lifetime discovery worthy of millions. But what makes it even more fascinating is the context of the year 2020 itself, a year of global upheaval, historic events, and disruptions even within the U.S. mint operations due to the pandemic, leading to reduced staffing, unusual minting conditions, and the possibility of overlooked mistakes slipping through the quality control processes, which makes the idea of a spectacular error penny from 2020 not only possible but deeply symbolic of the chaotic and unprecedented nature of that year. And this symbolism also plays into the collector's psychology because owning a coin like this is not just about the metal or the strike but about possessing a piece of history that represents a frozen moment in time, and the extraordinary demand for such a coin is fueled by passionate collectors who compete at high-stakes auctions willing to bid millions just to own a piece of numismatic history, and when we trace how coins like this reach astronomical valuations, we find that rarity, demand, condition, and uniqueness are the four pillars of value, and the 2020 cent with its compounded errors hits all these pillars perfectly. Because it is rare to the point of near uniqueness, it is in extremely high demand due to its modern date and sensational backstory. Its condition is pristine as it was discovered early before circulation damage could destroy its details, and its uniqueness is unquestionable given the layering of minting mistakes, making it unlike any other coin known to exist, and what adds even more intrigue is the possibility of undiscovered siblings, because if one such coin was struck, the chance exists that a handful of others could have escaped into circulation, meaning there could be people right now unknowingly holding millions of dollars in their pockets or jars of change, which is why collectors and enthusiasts are scouring 2020 pennies across the country, examining every detail under magnification hoping to find similar traits, and this treasure hunt element drives up the cultural fascination with coins like this, inspiring people to learn about mint errors such as clipped planchets where part of the metal is missing in a curved bite-like shape, die cracks where raised lines run across the coin due to damaged dies, cuds where entire parts of the design are missing replaced by blank blobs, and lamination errors where the metal surface peels or flakes, all of which can dramatically raise the value of a coin, and when combined with the notoriety of a 2020 penny already selling for millions, the excitement reaches fever pitch, and in the world of high-end auctions, we have seen error coins like the 1955 double die Lincoln cent, the 1969 yes double die cent, and the 1972 double die cent already fetching tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands, but the 2020 cent surpasses them by its sheer complexity and modern relevance, showing that even today with advanced minting technology mistakes can slip through and create treasures of unimaginable worth. And investors recognize that coins like this not only hold collector appeal but also act as safe haven assets with the potential to grow in value as their fame spreads, so the $3 million valuation is not just about the errors but also about the narrative, the demand, and the historical moment it represents, and if you are someone who loves the thrill of the hunt or simply enjoys the idea that everyday objects can sometimes turn into priceless treasures, the story of the 2021 cent coin is proof that magic still exists in the world of numismatics, because behind every coin is a story, and sometimes that story can be worth millions, and as we continue to learn more about this remarkable penny, collectors are advised to check their coins carefully, look for doubling, misstrikes, unusual weights, or strange appearances, because while the odds are slim, the possibility of finding another multi-million-dollar penny is real, and that is what keeps the passion for coin collecting alive, fueling dreams, discoveries, and stories like the 2021 cent worth $3 million. A coin that proves even the smallest piece of change can hold the biggest